So we're back for some SB19 content for y'all.
That's the one. That's the one.
So we're just on a SB19 spree right now.
We've only heard a few songs, but today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to be watching the Story Episode 1 sound break.
Had a few comments about this in the comment section telling us to really get to know the members through the documentary series. So yeah. Let's check it out. It's a 12-minute long video, so it's strapping for a long one.
Yeah. Let's check it out.
Okay, I don't earn any money if you want to support me.
Become a member. Okay, okay.
Thanks for supporting. Okay, okay. It's gonna be a long one.
Disclaimer, this video is only based on my personal research. I might miss some details and it's possible to have discrepancies.
Okay,
but
okay,
I did my
that's fine.
best to get as much accurate information as possible. So enjoy.
Alright, here we go.
Pretty excited about this. 2016.
2016.
This was
8 years ago. Is that like a Filipino? Oh, it's Korean?
yeah,
It's a Korean
This
cult
is
trip.
Cult Triple, a
Cult
group
Triple.
of talented performers and comedians from Korea you've
Ah.
probably never heard of. They were formed back in 1994 when the word K-pop hasn't even been invented. In 2002, one of the members made the biggest mistake of his life, which will change the entire course of P-pop history.
Wait.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Good start.
Okay,
Good
okay.
start.
Do you remember this song?
Oh, look, really young here.
Wait. Who's that? Look at the backflip. I don't know this song, but oh what?
He's in. Oh, is he the producer? Or something?
It all started with this man,
Oh, he made
Jong Song-han.
the company.
When he left the trio in 2002 to become an entrepreneur, Cult Triple became Cult 2. Most of their fans definitely thought that Song-han's decision was a huge mistake because the remaining members started racking up different awards in the entertainment industry.
Wow.
Ooh.
If he only stuck around, he would have gotten those awards too. But this man's decision was final. He used all of his savings to build an event organizing company called Show BT Entertainment.
Ah,
Yep, I'm talking about Tatang Robin.
Show BT.
Tatang noticed how passionate Filipino fans were during the rise
SB.
of K-pop,
Is that,
so he wanted to organize K-pop concerts
21?
and events that promote Korean and
Is that Momo
Filipino
Land?
culture. To make that happen, he
Pyongyang.
needed entertainers, a group of young people that would be part of the package of their service as an event organizer. We are talking about people who can do dancing, singing, and even act as servants, like waiting tables and
Really?
assisting guests.
wow.
So he held an audition and hundreds of young talents applied.
Only
30
hundreds.
of them passed as trainees. They were then called Nara, which in Korean means country and is the national tree of the Philippines.
Okay,
They
okay.
went to multiple events together, including the fan meeting event of the K-pop group called Off-Road.
Oh, wow.
People.
Haven't heard of them. Hey.
After numerous events, Tatang Robin saw something
Pablo?
special when it comes to
It's
Filipino
Pablo,
talent.
right?
He
Yeah.
realized that some of his trainees were far too talented to just end up as small-time performers. So he decided to launch the first P-pop
Stell.
boy group that underwent
Wait.
strict
Was it the
Korea
first?
Here we
training.
go.
Out of the 30 trainees, only few have made
I
it.
see.
So there was
I
they were
see.
trainees.
Interesting.
Jan Paulo Nase.
Oh, his name's John.
He always wanted to be a performer. As a young dreamer, he joined several competitions as a soloist and also a
Was that
member
K-pop?
of the K-pop dance cover
Yeah.
group called PHP.
People were
As a
visible.
trainee,
We
he
were
was
in
the
that.
guy who shows up early and leaves late despite juggling a full-time job as a data analyst to provide for his family.
Ah.
Whoa.
He was
Dang.
the first one selected due to his undeniable diligence and leadership qualities.
Yeah.
He is known to
You
have
can just feel
critically
it from
acclaimed songwriting
Pablo.
ability. a badass rapper, and was often dubbed as a genius, but he consistently denied it because he claimed to be just a hard worker. This made him the destined leader of the group. He debuted with the name Sejun, but later changed his name to Pablo.
Ah,
Now that the
but
methodical
his name's
leader
John.
is chosen,
I
they
see.
needed more members. Tatang Robin just got a genius composer in Pablo, so they needed someone who can dance. And
Here we-
this next guy is exactly that,
Who's that?
and even more.
Ken? Stell?
Sylvester.
Sylvester.
Sylvester Ahero. He was only 16 when he started competing as a
Really?
dancer while studying. He was a born winner despite growing up as a bullied kid. He made performing his escape from the harsh reality
awesome.
of the world.
That's
He
awesome.
did a great job channeling the negative aspect of his
Hey.
life and converting it by winning multiple K-pop dance cover competitions
okay,
with his
okay.
group, Sayon. He is
Sayon.
also a hard worker. He was teaching dance to kids while competing. There was a point when he worked too hard that it threatened his life due to poor health.
Damn.
He is a very skilled
Jesus.
choreographer. In fact, he's the main culprit behind most of SB19's
Oh.
snappy and amazingly synchronized dance routines. But little did they know that dancing wasn't even his only talent.
It's singing,
He
right?
easily
Singing,
became
He's
the
like
main
the main
heavenly voice
vocalist.
of the group because his vocals were just
That is Filipino talent right there.
What? What is ads?
Oh,
Oh, hell no.
oh hell no.
Oh, dear.
out of this world. He debuted as Stell, the main vocalist, the lead dancer, and choreographer
he's the lead
of the
dancer?
group.
Was it?
I thought it was Ken.
Yeah, I thought
Some
it was-
comments were saying it's
Josh
Ken.
Cullen Santos became homeless at the age of 16.
Homeless?
It was his
Homeless?
decision.
What?
He's had the worst childhood among the other members. From growing up in a toxic environment to being physically abused as a kid by their nanny.
Dang.
At an early age, he witnessed what it feels
Excellent.
like to be a member of a middle-class family that went rock bottom in just a matter of months. He
Yeesh.
experienced getting evicted from apartments
Ah.
to smaller rooms.
No way.
It came to a point when his family had nothing to eat but ketchup and
No.
salt.
No.
They had no permanent address. Because of that, Josh and his sister dropped out of school multiple times, so they got bullied at school for being repeaters. Sometimes he would get into fistfights for defending her. Josh had enough of this, so he took matters into his own hands by leaving. He became independent and started working as an internet cafe attendant.
Well,
Using his own income, he took the alternative learning system and was able to finish his high school degree.
crazy.
Clearly had no background in performing. Not until he met new friends from the dance community, which led to him
Seon.
meeting Stell and
Stell's?
Sayon.
Yeah.
They
Same
became
group.
co-members and went on to win numerous K-pop dance cover
K-pop world
competitions all over Asia. They even met BTS during one
Wait.
of their winning
Oi.
runs in Korea.
Wait.
In a way, Josh was saved by Stell after trying so hard to save himself. And it paid off because after training, Josh ended up debuting as the lead rapper and dancer of the
He's
group.
he's the lead
Rapper.
rapper.
Yeah.
Is
I was
it?
going to say, he's like the best. one of
Justin
my
the Joss
best
didn't have
performers
to
in the group.
audition. Apparently, he was a very good-looking guy that when he joined a talent workshop as a teenager, Show BT immediately took notice and offered him to become a trainee to improve his singing
Just
and
like that.
dancing.
Just on the street.
Just like
He was
that.
one of
What?
the
Okay.
late joiners, and when he did, he immediately saw a familiar face in Josh.
Josh.
Apparently, the two had a stint in performing together in a K-pop dance cover group called Zero to Hero.
BTS.
Gossip. Gossip. Boom.
Crazy.
We
What
did
a
this
small
one.
world.
So Justin as well wasn't new in the world of performing. He auditioned to be a part of the televised Pinoy boy band Superstar show, but he didn't even make it to the live auditions.
Oi.
Perhaps it was fate. He didn't have great singing skills at the time. It was only when he became a trainee that he improved astoundingly in the vocal department.
How
He
did
went
they?
on to finish his college degree
improve
in
so quick?
multimedia arts while training, which
Wow.
earned him a skill in filmmaking. He then got selected to debut as the main visual, the sub-vocalist, and the creative director of the group.
Creative.
Creative
He
director.
was the would-be director behind the
CD.
record-breaking P-pop music
And the
video,
visuals.
What,
Okay.
and more.
Huh, is
But
that
that's a story
okay?
for another video. At this point, Show BT seemed to have completed the group. 4 members in a P-pop group.
What about
Nice
old
even
mates?
number. 2 rappers and 2 vocalists. They were perfectly balanced, but they felt like something was missing. Perhaps someone was missing.
Yeah.
Someone who could take this already great group of guys and push
Philippe.
them to achieve the next level, the extraordinary level. Someone so
This
naturally
guy's-
gifted that he could stand out in the presence of the already talented group
Oh,
of young
what?
artists. This venture that Tatang Robin took needed an apex, so he started the online auditions.
Oh, so he's like
When
a
Josh heard about it, he was like,
late.
I know a guy.
He's a late member.
I know a guy.
Philip Jean
Oh,
Sujon.
the
Felix
backflip.
John Suson is such a specimen. He was so naturally gifted that excelling in sports looked like a walk in the park for him. He grew up in the church under the care of his grandparents. He was an artistic kid, so he was active as an editorial cartoonist in school. Nobody taught him to play musical instruments. He taught himself by
know.
just listening to the music, so
Crazy
he ended up
talent, man.
becoming a southpaw guitarist.
just
But
tell
he later
he's
fixed
just-
it as he learned more. He
He
didn't
just-
even know that he could dance until he was forced to in order to get good grades during their school intrams. After
Really?
discovering dance, he transformed from a guy who didn't know it to someone who can fly.
Damn.
Hey.
Because of his raw talent, he ended up teaching dance to the entire school.
Really?
And continued on to form a K-pop dance cover group called Amigo
Amigo
7.
7.
Okay.
Apparently, his group
Whoa.
gave Josh's group so much trouble during their early competitions because they were very good rivals. So he
Ah.
decided to recruit him. But Philip was hundreds of islands away and
Whoa.
didn't have the money. What
Wow.
did Josh do? He shelled out for his plane ticket.
No way.
With nothing else to lose,
No
Philip
way.
went and left his previous life in the countryside. He then trained with the boys and officially debuted with them as Cant, the
Whoa.
main dancer, the bass vocalist, and the lead rapper of the group.
Lead rap.
One thing to note is that they were an unlikely bunch because they wouldn't have met each other if Tatang Robin stayed with his already
Yes, exactly.
successful group in Korea.
Exactly.
Justin failed his first audition, so he didn't even bother to audition again because he
Ah.
thought he wasn't ready. And Josh wouldn't have attempted to recruit Ken if Show BT's training program didn't even exist. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the butterfly effect. When a small and
Interesting.
seemingly insignificant occurrence has a rippling effect through time, leading to a consequential event sometime long after the initial event, or as Google would put it, a phenomenon whereby a minute localized change in a complex system can have a large effects
Absolutely.
elsewhere. Tatang Robin's so-called mistake back in 2002 led to forming the future P-pop king. In 2018, SB19 was formed. The name of the group was carefully picked. The number 19 is the sum of Korea and the Philippines area code
Area
digits
code.
82 and 63.
Oh,
So 8
Minus
plus
what?
2 plus 6 plus 3 is 19.
really?
SB doesn't only mean show BT. It is all about their ultimate goal for Pinoy sound to break into the music industry, which is fearlessly represented by this phrase. Soundbreak.
Soundbreak.
Whoa. That makes a lot
That
more
was
sense. That makes a lot more sense.
Okay, another 40 seconds to go. Episode 2.
Yo.
Oh man. Got the chills just now.
Now that just like puts everything into perspective.
I don't know, like,
Yo, they were like homeless.
Josh
like,
is homeless, you know?
Ken was like miles away. He wasn't even initially in the group.
Crazy. I think that's it. Okay, so we'll stop there. What a crazy story, man. That was just episode 1. Now we get a better taste and picture of how they were formed, and that was absolutely crazy.
Even the name, how that was formed is.
Yeah.
I did not even imagine that's why the name is called SB19.
So yeah, apparently a lot of them were K-pop cover dancers,
Yeah.
very similar to us, which is really cool to see because man, you never think you could become an idol just doing covers, but apparently you can.
Yeah. We've only listened to like a couple of songs so far, but we wanted to dive into how they were formed and learn a bit more about the members. So this puts everything into a much clearer perspective.
Yeah. So that's just episode 1. It's a long video, but we got to keep them coming. Stay
Yeah.
tuned for episode 2.
Yeah.
Apparently there's like a lot of episodes, so we're gonna do one maybe every week.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
If you enjoyed
like
that,
that.
follow us on TikTok.
Instagram as well.
Got a lot happening right there.
Comment what you thought about this, and maybe some other things about the members that
We didn't know.
We don't know. So, and we're really excited to learn more.
See you guys in